Hi guys, welcome to Story, the channel on YouTube that teaches you fun things about history that you maybe never heard about. After World War I, the US-British relations got better. The two allies became even closer when together they defeated the German armed forces in World War I. But during that time, the US became more powerful and posed a bigger threat to the British. And if a war were to happen between the two superpowers, it was most likely to happen over trade. So, for example, the British may declare war on a country the US did trade with, and the British Navy would want to inspect any American trading ships possibly heading to the country Britain was at war with. And if it was proven that the ship was sending goods to the enemy country of the British, the ship would be denied from reaching its destination. But now that the Americans were much stronger than before, instead of following the British rules and letting the British check their ships, they might resist and not let them, and that might trigger war. If war broke out between the US and UK, the US would need to take the UK's biggest trading partner and dominion, crippling the British Empire if the US took it. To defeat a country as large as Canada, the US created War Plan Red, the plan to take Canada. If the US was to take Canada, they needed to do so very quickly, since within 40 days of declared war on Britain, they could send over 14 battleships, 5 aircraft carriers, 38 cruisers, 130 destroyers, and 34 submarines to the port of Halifax. And in 6 months, 365,000 troops can be mounted around Canada, and later 2.5 million troops sent from around the British Empire to defend Canada against an American invasion. For that to happen, America would be at a great loss. So in War Plan Red, they needed to capture Canadian main cities before the British came. Troops from Boston would take Halifax, stopping any British reinforcements coming from the East Coast. Then troops from Albany would take Montreal and Quebec. Then troops from Detroit would take Toronto, and Buffalo troops would take Niagara Falls, where a lot of the Canadian population lived. Then troops would take Winnipeg, the hub of Canadian train transportation. And then troops from Seattle and Washington State would take Vancouver, stopping any reinforcements coming from the West Coast, from Australia or India. Then troops from Anchorage, Alaska would take the 3 territories, and then America would have firmly taken control of Canada, crippling the British Empire if the two countries were at war. But what the US government didn't know was that the Canadian military had planned to defend against the US invasion. As soon as Canadians heard of an American invasion, the Canadian Army would send troops into the US to destroy roads and train tracks, slowing down an American invasion. Since Canada's small army of only 95,000 troops could not defend against the American army head-on, they needed to wait for British aid. So in Defense Scheme Number 1, they would send troops into America's major cities in the north and destroy roads and train tracks, slowing down an American invasion, hopefully for enough time for British aid to arrive. The plan was never confirmed, but was most likely what will happen. War Plan Red never happened because in 1939, a man with a tiny mustache declared war on Poland, causing the Second World War, the largest war humanity has ever seen. And 10 years later, America and the UK would join together to defeat Nazi Germany from conquering the rest of Europe. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and make sure to smash that subscribe button and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and bye!